I used to run Clash Mini social media and community. So let's review my mistakes and learn something behind the scenes. Alright, so this one is really cool because the drawing of the action and the visual effects obviously are just like examples and ideas of how it would feel. So clearly this came out before even the characters were final and even before the artists actually started making 3D models. So this is actually concept art. This is a bunch of like ideas and cool things that you can do and how the characters would look like, and obviously Hog Rider and the Witch much later like were actually even made. And so this was very inspirational, and actually you can see the little river in between, which is basically like from Clash Royale. And speaking of splitting the board, I think this was the very first gameplay that I've ever recorded actually. This was recorded on a computer where we had like on the PC, we had like a game editor, and as you can see, the board was also split in half before the match begins. And then when the match begins, the both sides of the board kind of merge together, like connect, and then they fight. And that was actually the original idea of the game. And then later it became evident that clearly you want to see the rest of the board. And so it was kind of like the suspense was behind like revealing where your opponent is positioned. I added this manually, like early gameplay footage part, and I used my name. But yeah, this was extremely early version of it, where we still had the 3D user interface at the bottom with the bar and stuff, and you can see the barbarians animations were really like wacky and funny. A bunch of broken stuff, a bunch of broken animations, but it was like the very first gameplay reveal, which I feel it was important to show ahead of time so we can get a lot of feedback on how the game feels and looks like. And finally, the official Discord server. This is where the magic started happening. So funny story, I actually made Discord server first by myself, but then I realized that I needed some help. So I got help from Draco, and shout out to all the guys that helped us. And actually, I think Clash Mini was the first game that actually was emphasizing Discord quite a bit. I liked Discord already, and the history behind Discord is that actually I simply... I'm coming from the background of IRC. If anybody remembers IRC as like a client and old school chat, that brought me back to the roots. And I've always loved Discord because of that, because I always loved online chatting and typing to other people in massive chat channels. So I feel like that was really cool. So I really wanted to do Discord quite a bit. And so I was very excited to organize Discord server and figure out how the onboarding of the community is going to be, and how people are going to be welcomed, and how they can submit feedback and all that kind of stuff. So I spent quite a bit of time thinking about Discord, which basically ended up later being the stage channels and the round tables and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this was the moment when we actually released Discord server, and people could just join us right away. And that's it. So if you loved these kind of videos, there is episode 4 coming soon. So don't miss it by following. Love you. Bye.